Hello and welcome to the Nexus. We're doing issue 92 of Disney Dollhouse, and you have lovely me to deal with. So it's not all bad, I suppose. Kirsty's not feeling very well this time, but we'll see her later on in the video. But yeah, we're doing issue 92, sort of a bumper issue. There's lots to do in this issue. So without further ado, let's get going. Okay, so these are all the parts that we get, and like I said, we are going to be doing the 2 bay windows. So we should have double. They should be identical, but we should have double of these. So one side's the left side, one side's the right side. I think it's left and right. So this half is for the left side, and we'll come on to that in due course. We need to put these 2 bits aside because we won't need them for the moment. We also got our chandelier as well. Now we do get an extra part, which is this crown. I don't know where it goes. I have looked in the book. It doesn't even state that this is in the magazine, and let alone where to think. I think it goes like that. I'm not too sure, but we'll put this in as and when we need to. We're also going to be finishing off on the right hand wall as well, the outside wall that we done up to, I think we done up to tile 8, and we're going to tile up from 9 to 16, and we'll do that in due course as well. We've also got these bay windows we're going to build. So the first thing we're going to do, by the way, I just want to show you this chandelier. It's really, really nice. It's for Alice in Wonderland, and it's probably the nicest chandelier we've had so far, I've got to say. It's really, really nice, and we'll be putting that on the house later. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start building our bay windows. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Okay, so these are all the parts that we get that we're going to need to build the 2 bay windows. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do our glass. We should have 4 of these. So we've got 4 inner sections and 4 outer sections. So once again, we're going to peel the film off and then just glue these backs onto them like so with super glue. So I'm going to go ahead and do the 4 of them now. Okay, so I've gone ahead and done them. So we've got this side and that side. So we're going to flip it over like so. And then we are going to place them. There is some little grooves just here, and they're going to sit like that. We've got one side and one the other. So we're going to place them down sort of like that. Then we're going to take one of the back-ins, and what we're going to do is glue on the recesses just here. So I'm going to do that on both and then show you. Okay, so as you can see, I've done this one here. It's just finishing sticking like so, or maybe it's not. It is so they sort of fit in like that, and it's just making sure that there's enough glue there to secure it in place. Okay, so while that one's drying, this one is completely dry. Once again, we're going to grab these sections just here, and the bigger section goes at the top, so the triangle shape goes at the top there. So we're going to fit one in this side and gluing in one in that side like so, making sure that the edges aren't the same. So we need to make sure that we've got 2 that are facing like this. So one in there and one in there, and then do that now. Okay, so there we go. So that's what they should look like. I've done 2 of them, making sure that the slope section follows this slope here on both sides. It should sit sort of flush both sides. Next are the roof panels. So once again, we are going to do, I think it's the bigger end at the top. So they're going to sit in like so. Oh, so we're going to do one there. Let's have a look. Where are we doing this? Right, yeah, okay. I've got it now. So the two big sections. So these sections will go in like that. And like so. And we're going to glue it along this recess and along the top here. And I'm also going to put a little bit of glue along the top of here as well to secure it on place. So I'm going to do that now. And there you go. So that's how it should sit. Just like that. Leaving a little gap at the top here. And gluing it at the sides here. And obviously down there. That is our bay windows. All done. But we're still not finished. So we're going to have to do the roof tiles now. On here. So obviously we're going to have the right side and the left side, and we're going to use the tiles that we got to secure those two, plus the tiles on the house now. So I'm going to do that now. So I'm just going to do this before we do the roof section. So the crown section, as you can see, goes on. It goes on first. It just pushes on, and then all we've got to do is
find the right angle.
Yep. There we go. There we go. Let's just push up and twist and the crown sits at the top. We're a little bit surprised that it's got a crown because Alice in Wonderland doesn't have a crown. Well, unless it represents the Queen of Hearts does. But yeah, it doesn't show you in the magazine where it goes.
No, it's just in there.
It doesn't even show you in the contents of the magazine either, but it does go just on the top there. Like that. So let's carry on with the roof. Okay, so Kirsty's finished off that section there. And we're about to do the bay windows, which will obviously sit like that in there. So Kirsty's going to go ahead and do them to now, but she's done that side there, so we're going to do that now. How are you getting on, Kirst?
Yeah.
Last bit now on this one.
It's a bit of a nightmare.
Once we there's all the rubbish.
Yeah, and that's just from the little bits of window.
Yep.
So much waste.
There is a lot of waste. I've got to say there is a lot of waste.
Very disappointing.
And then we're going to stick the windows onto this and to the back section. So that's what we're going to do now. Okay, and that is the finished article, and that's what it should look like. So next what we're going to do is use some super glue, and we are going to stick it in here. Now it's supposed to go on these recesses just here. Yeah. I will leave you to decide how this will go. But I'm also going to need some masking tape as well to make sure it's secure it down. Now you will need to trim it. I've trimmed it here. Even though we've cut along the guidelines, this still needs trimming able to this to sit on. So I'm going to super glue this in and then we'll take a look at the end result. Okay, so as you can see,
it's a freaking shambles.
It's yeah, I've had to glue it in. I have trimmed this back, but as you can see, it does not sit flush. There's a reason why, and as you can see, to keep it in line. Now it just does not want to sit flush. It either sits flush at the bottom or the top. Because there is a curve in the plastic, but the curve is bigger than the curve in that plastic. So basically, it means it either sits flush at the bottom or flush at the top. The windows we've taken out and they will be put back in when we do it. This one is just the same. I've glued it within the windows just here, but once again, it just did not want to sit flush either side. As you can see, there's a big gap there because, like I said, there's a curve on this section here. There's a curve because it sort of slants up slightly. There is a slight curve on this, but because there's not a real curve on this back section, it will not sit in those recesses. And what we noticed as well is that when we cut along the guidelines and we've cut this perfect, that it actually obscured some of the little indents that you glue it into were actually covered, so we had to sort of trim it back quite a bit in some bits to make sure that these little clips go into the recesses. But as you can see, they just don't want to go in, and I've had to super glue it and put masking tape on it to secure it down just until the glue dries. Now I am using really super strong glue, which Kirsty, which is this one, and now I use that on everything and it sort of glues instantly. It's very, very tough. As you can see, this wall does not want to sit neither. That's all come undone now because of the masking tape. Though we do get the roof section in the next issue. We'll have a look at that in a minute. But I will tell you this: it is, yeah, it was it was a nightmare. It's frustrating. It just doesn't want to click in. It doesn't click in either.
No.
So you have to sort of mask in, tape it up. You have to hold it into place. I was looking at the Japanese YouTuber Nappy. She also had the same problem. It's yeah. I don't want to say it, but yeah, it is because, like I said, this has got a curvature in it, and if I go back a little bit, you can see that curvature. But these windows do not have that curvature, and you can actually see that that top window there does not have the curvature on this bit. No. It does on this, and the bottom sits fine, but the top is almost flat or at an angle. But because this doesn't have that sort of an angle, it has a curvature, it doesn't want to sit. So like I said, you either have to get it to sit at the bottom or the top. So anyway, look, it is what it is. I'm hoping that the masking tape hold it, and it holds. But it was a little bit of a nightmare to do this, and to get it all in and stuff like that. Like I said, I've had to take the windows out to make sure I can get the masking tape round. With that one, I only done it one side because this is the back part of the house. But with this one, like I said, it just does not want to sit flush. I would take your time with it, but yeah, it was a nightmare from start to finish as well. And we also noticed when we cut along the guidelines, as you see, we've even extended a little bit. They were too short. So even if this does sit flush, you will always get a white line almost the whole way around. It's the same with that one as well. As you can see, the guidelines are still there, and we gave a little bit extra room, but yeah. I'm just hoping it all comes together in the next couple of issues. We're still working on the roof section over the next six issues, I believe. But anyway, the next part is the roof. I'm hoping with the roof on, this all gets pulled together. This pulls in, which will.
And that might pop the window out more.
But we're just worried about those windows at the moment. I'm hoping within the next couple of hours it holds, and if that happens, I will do a bit at the end of this video to show you it holding without the masking tape. But I don't really want to touch it now until next issue, so I might just leave it like that. But if I do, you'll see it at the end. So let's have a look and see what we get in the next issue. Okay, so as I mentioned before, coming in issue 93, we have the flat roof section here. So we end up completing the rest of the roof sections here. So the tiles at the top, the little bits at the top there of the roof, as you can see in the picture. We also, like I said, put the roof section on as well, which is cool. And we also get aerial figurine as well. I believe there's only one more left after that, and then we've got all the figurines in the standard collection. But anyway, that's what's coming up in issue 93. Once again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.